Two framers of the 1987 Constitution and retired Supreme Court justices clashed on the issue of charter change, which is being revived by administration allies in the House of Representatives. At least 9 measures have been filed in the 19th Congress proposing to amend some of the political or economic provisions of the Constitution. Former Commission on Elections Chairman Christian Monsod and retired Supreme Court Associate Justice Adolfo Azcuna are split on charter change. They were both part of the 1986 Constitutional Commission.
Congress has not passed an anti-dynasty law for 35 years and blames the Constitution for the lapse. That is a lame excuse. The real reason is self-interest. So instead of rushing to amend the Constitution, why don't our legislators pass an anti-dynasty law?
And our Constitution has been 36 years old, unamended. And these economic provisions may no longer be attuned to the demands of economic policy today.
Economists Gerardo Sicat and Winnie Monsod, who both led the National Economic and Development Authority or NEDA, also had conflicting views on the need for charter change.
Any amendment of the Constitution should be predicated on amending the restrictive economic provisions of the Constitution. The poison pill will be there if you mix it with politics.
Amending the Constitution will not bring in FDI unless the factors affecting FDI are addressed. What are the factors? Infrastructure, everything, governance, corruption, ease of doing business.
The Kapatiran Party submitted to the House panel a petition to form a constitutional convention. The group says doubts over the motives for charter change would ease if the delegates to the CONCON were chosen by the public.
The proposed Constitutional Convention Act promotes participation, ascertains transparency, and builds trust in the process.
But retired Supreme Court Associate Justice Vicente Mendoza says Congress should think carefully about the costs of holding a CONCON instead of a Constituent Assembly, which will be composed of lawmakers from the Senate and House.
It is costlier to call a constitutional convention where you have to provide for the election, the salaries, compensation of members of the Constitutional Convention, whereas Congress is already there, and they don't even have to hire additional staff.
Lawmakers will invite representatives from business groups, civil society, and the academe to the next hearings to share their views on charter change. Xianne Arcangel, CNN Philippines.